So, this is a question that I've gotten in a variety of ways, obviously asked by people with other attachment styles than dismissive avoidant attachment style. Why do dismissive avoidants still date if they have that resistance to too much closeness, resistance to vulnerability, hesitancy about advancing the relationship, and hyper independence? I'm going to give you the scientific reasons behind this and break the answer down into 3 parts. Real quick, if you're new here, my name is Sarah Whaling and I'm a certified life, trauma, and relationship coach. I am a former fearful avoidant who started my own healing work years ago, and then I got my certifications and I use my personal and professional experience with what actually works in healing. I tailor personalized plans for my clients to heal insecure attachment styles, healing from childhood trauma, heal wounds from relationships early in life or later in life with individuals with personality disorders that were damaging, and heal everyday pain points such as procrastination or mastery over your boundaries, all with incorporating the subconscious and unconscious mind, which is how we truly heal because that is where trauma is stored. If you're interested in one-on-one telephone coaching, please visit my website and send me a detailed message via the contact page, and you will receive a follow-up email which will include my session information. Now, jumping into today's topic. Okay, so why does the dismissive avoidant still date despite their hyper independence? The first thing to understand is that we are all wired for connection. All of us come into this world as a clean slate, and our early experiences with our caregivers are what form our attachment style. A child deeply knows that they cannot survive without their caregivers, and this very survival based importance of the connection is why our attachment style is formed via our caregivers. A child has to make the relationship with their caregivers work, for better or for worse. If a caregiver is unhealthy, the child will learn all of the rules for making it work with unhealthy people. You can think of a person's attachment style as their rules of relationships as they know it. It is their reality as much as we learn that the sky is blue. I made a very concise video on everything you need to know about attachment theory in roughly 5 minutes called Attachment Theory Simplified. So I encourage you to check that out if you are new to attachment theory. Someone's attachment style is their template for relating, and the more important, close, or vulnerable a relationship is, the more pronounced this will be. The more attachment that is there, the more your attachment style will show itself. The dismissive avoidant didn't come into this world preferring their own company or preferring to mostly rely on themselves. Their attachment style was formed through the attachment trauma of neglect, whether that neglect was apparent to them or not when it was happening. So, to sum up the first point, the dismissive avoidance wiring for connection doesn't just go away because of their relationship to it and their rules of relating in regards to that connection. Which brings me to point number 2, which I brushed on in number 1. Their rules of relating are the way life is as they know it. Until anyone with an insecure attachment style learns about insecure attachment, there is a very big unconscious part to it in which you really just think, this is the way that life is, and this is the way that things are supposed to be. This causes different relationship expectations for different attachment styles. For example, a dismissive avoidant might believe that it's reasonable to see someone that they're dating once a week, and that's their way of consistently showing great interest, whereas maybe an anxious preoccupied has an expectation of seeing someone that they're dating every other day. The third part to the answer of why a dismissive avoidant still dates despite their hyper independence is the conscious mind versus the subconscious and unconscious mind. If you think right now about your particular triggers, you might realize that either consciously they don't make sense or they go against what you want in your life. And the thinking mind, you, that's your conscious mind. Our subconscious and unconscious is our programmed mind, where trauma is stored. And these programs are often in conflict with what we consciously want for our lives when we have experienced trauma. That's why we use the conscious mind to reprogram the subconscious mind if we have core wounds or limiting beliefs. I've talked to many dismissive avoidants who have said the same thing again and again. Some variation of ideally wanting a relationship, wanting to get married, wanting someone to grow old with. A dismissive avoidant's particular wounds and limiting beliefs are just at odds with certain things necessary to really achieve a healthy outcome of this, i.e., they can have a conscious want for their life that their subconscious is at odds with. Now, obviously, that's not every dismissive avoidant. There are clearly dismissive avoidants out there that do not want a relationship, as well as other attachment styles that do not want a relationship. And there's nothing wrong with that when that's coming from a place of someone's truth. But there truly are a lot of dismissive avoidants that want these things, and their programming is just at odds with it. Well, I hope that this has been insightful, and if you found this helpful, please give it a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't to never miss future content like this. Thanks for making it to the end of this video, and thanks for being here. Take care.